He's got 2 screens. He doesn't need 3.
He can't see it, though.
Recording intro is starting.
Welcome to the mainstream, where we talk and we laugh about life, love, and everything that we have. Tune in, sit back, and relax your mind. We're here to entertain, it's podcast time. We got stories to share and advice to give on how to be the best man that you can live. So come join the conversation, be a part of the team. Welcome to the mainstream, it's where you want to be.
Hello and welcome back to the Mainstream Podcast. Beautiful Bellevue, Iowa, on
that's
the
my
west
favorite
side
fucking intro,
of the
dude.
Mississippi River. I am Ryan with a hard R. This is Magic Mike. We got
Capital M.
We got just Josh, and behind the computer is regular Mike. Thank you.
Beautiful. Applause from the
Live
audience.
studio audience here today. Not really. I wish.
Wouldn't that be something? Hey, soon.
Hey, soon. Yeah. January 18th.
January 18th.
Woo! On Tap, a live podcast event brought to you by the Mainstream Podcast, partnered with River Ridge Brewery
Yeah, I'm
in
really excited
Bellevue,
about that.
Iowa. It's going to be a lot of fun. Got like 6-7 podcasts coming down. We're all going to take a segment, do a little live podcasting, a little crowd interaction. We'll have merch. We'll have raffles going on, all kinds of fun, exciting shit. Come check it out. Put it on your calendar. It's going to be a good-ass time.
I think that's going to be a good time. I'm really excited. I don't know if
I can't hear your mic.
I can't either.
Mike's working.
Oh, there it
it goes.
No.
What were you saying?
Let's restart that. I don't
God
know what happened.
damn it. That was so good on the intro.
Do we have to? Can we just cut? Is there a way we can cut?
Yeah,
It was a good intro.
go ahead.
Just keep going.
3, 2, 1, go.
But yeah.
3, 2,
it's
1,
gonna
go.
be a good time. It's gonna be a really good time.
It is.
I think that we have a lot of options, a lot of different shows, a lot of different categories that are gonna be talked about.
It's a very broad array of topics. We got a little something for
So
everybody.
whatever you're really into.
If you're a Vikings fan, we got a Vikings podcast coming. If you're into conspiracy theories, we got a conspiracy theory podcast coming.
and dude, we're
if you're into funny
in a
dream
bar.
interpretations, we got one of those.
right. We don't have to convince you to come to a bar.
If you're a man or you like men, the Mainstream Podcast will be there.
Yeah.
Like, what better time to be alive?
Saturday night. Why can't? I mean, it's
Yeah,
going to be a good
Saturday
time.
night in January. Nothing's going on in January.
No.
Come on
There's
out.
going to be snow everywhere. You don't want to go anywhere. Just
The roads
come
will
down
be
to
plowed
the brewery.
though, so you'll be able to get there.
We'll buy you a beer. Come on down.
Well,
All right. Someone will buy you a beer.
Ryan said he'll buy
Ryan's
you a
got
beer.
the first round.
I might have just put my foot in my mouth there. People will be like, no, on this episode at this time, you said this.
Yeah.
Credit card's coming out, Ryan.
Stamp it.
Cool.
Mainstream
Ooh,
approved.
excuse me. I just almost threw up in my mouth.
That
Ooh,
sounded
that was
like
a
it.
lasagna bird, boy. Oh, man. It tastes good the second time, too.
It does.
That
Oh,
did
except for
not
that
What?
sound
I feel like
good.
that's fucking
That wheat
Harper.
beer just got mixed in there. Now I'm upset again.
Oh.
Ooh, I need something to drink. Speaking of drinks, let's talk a brief second about our good sponsors out of East Dubuque on Cincinnati Avenue.
Cincinnati.
Van's Liquor.
Cincinnati.
And we're not drinking anything specific tonight, but we have this cool-ass keg. I don't know if you noticed it or not, that Josh got. Josh, tell us a little more about this keg.
Yeah, so I was the officiant of a friend's wedding here a couple months ago, and this was his gift to me as his officiant. And I was quite surprised, to be quite honest. He actually put some thought into it, and he knew that we, partook in libations down here
Yeah.
for the podcast. And he's like, how cool would it be if I got you a keg and then laser engraved your name on it? Although he didn't get our logo, he did put the American flag on there and Mainstream Podcast. So I was very touched by it. I thought it was really cool.
That is awesome.
That
A
is
really cool gesture.
gift.
So I took a bottle of brandy from Van's Liquor and dumped it in there, and it's been aging 5 weeks. So the magic age for brandy is like 6 to 7.
Is that cork tight? Do you pound that cork in the top?
So I did.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah. There's no air getting into that
Good,
thing. There's
good,
no air in that sucker.
Isn't brandy already aged before you buy it?
It is. It is. But what I did is I added some sweet vermouth in there,
Yep.
so it's just like a brandy old fashioned. Like, because really all you're gonna have to do is put in your, your.
Have you ever had
bitter
double
simple
aged
syrup.
brandy?
No.
You will in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we could be shitting after we get done. Who knows?
You never know, but
No,
Thank
that's
you.
cool. I don't fart on that. I think that's cool. I think that's like
Yeah.
that's a badass.
maybe I'll
keg.
have a sip. I don't really like the hard liquor, but
Can,
fuck it.
can people get those from the guy that made ours?
So
Does
he
he
didn't
sell them or have
he
us
didn't
Yeah.
make it. So there was actually, which is cool. We should actually reach out to them for a sponsorship. But have you seen these man themed boxes? Like you can go online.
No, but it sounds like it would fit in with us.
So
for-
you can
for
go
sure.
online.
Is it like a random box?
Yeah. So
Ooh,
like
we
I
need to
actually
open one.
with like pocket knives and
yeah,
shit like
dude,
that.
absolutely.
We
So
need to
I
open
got
one
one
on the podcast.
We should. So I got one like 5 years ago for Christmas from Candace's mom, and she knew that I liked the barbecue. So she went to the website and she selected what my hobbies were,
Oh,
and it was golf and barbecue, right?
Yep.
So I got a sleeve of
And he got a
Titleist.
keg.
I got a sleeve of Titleist Pro V1s in there with my initials on them. And then it had like a whole barbecue set, like, tongs and spatulas and shit and some seasonings and some rubs. And so he, for his groomsmen and like everybody else in his wedding party, got these man boxes for him.
Nice.
And each one was a little bit different, and it's all customized too. So it's like to the person you're giving it to. It's not just a random box.
Nice.
But they put it all together. You don't really know what's going to be in it until you open it up. And it comes in a cool wooden crate, and they give you a pry bar, like your own pry bar for your box. And it's just
What?
pretty cool to open up, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
interesting.
Well, let's run our ad for Van's Liquor quickly, and then we will be right back to talk about our exciting discussion tonight revolving around gambling.
Gambling. We all do it, right?
Please enjoy these words from Van's Liquor.
Are you ready to make every moment unforgettable? Well, we've got the perfect pit stop for you. Van's Liquor. Need a rare bottle for that special occasion? Van's Liquor has it. Craving the finest beers for your weekend hangout? Van's Liquor has it. Just over the bridge at 470 Cincinnati Avenue, East Dubuque. Van's Liquor has everything you need to turn the ordinary into extraordinary. Don't settle for less. Choose the best at Van's Liquor. Your celebration headquarters in East Dubuque.
Van's Liquor, we appreciate everything you do for us here at the Panstream Podcast. Make sure if you're looking for something exotic or something simple, I'm sure they have it. Tell them we sent you.
Absolutely.
So let's dive into it. We decided a few moments ago to talk about gambling stories like the casino, gambling with your buddies.
We're derelicts.
I am a degenerate gambler. I actually, believe it or not, used to have a horrible gambling problem.
Really?
Oh, it was bad.
Really?
Oh yeah. When I worked second shift at the plant at the packing house, me and a couple buddies, we would get off work at like 12:30, 1 in the morning at the latest. We would go to a bar in downtown East Moline or Silvis, close it down till 2. I remember one night, me and a buddy that worked with me, we hopped over to the Isle of Capri,
Really?
and I
right.
pulled out $200 or $300. I think I walked out with $100. We left there and we went to Rhythm City.
Oh, jeez.
I pulled out another $200. I won $400 or $500 there. We left there and went to Steak and Shake, and then went back to the Isle in an attempt to win my money back. And then as I drove home, my buddy just came to my house with me. He took a nap on my couch. I showered, and then we went back to work.
Oh, boy. That was a session.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude,
It
I
was
had
rough.
it. I had it figured out to the cent what I could fucking lose in the casino.
Really?
Oh man, it
Yeah,
was
that's when you're
like a daily
yeah.
thing.
Really?
It got so bad that I never like called 1-800-BETS off or any of that stuff.
Close.
But when I would go to work at the Tyson plant, I would make sure I had gas in my truck to get there and back, at least enough for that. I would take my driver's license, my work ID, and $20. I would not take my wallet. I wouldn't take any credit cards, no debit cards, none of that.
To try to stop yourself from going
Because
right after work.
$20 is not going to last in the casino.
Yeah.
No.
So there's
Two
no
ha-
point in
two
going. So you
hands?
just drive straight home. Yeah, I did that for about a year, and then I got my traveling job that I have now. And like on my way back into town, I would hit the casino with my ex at the time. And then finally, I was like, man, I work way too fucking hard for this money, and I am just
Throwing
it
it
away.
away.
For a hope of a windfall.
I mean, it's great when you walk out and you're like, fuck
Yep.
yeah, I won $600 tonight.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks before that, you lost $200 every night, so you're down like fucking
Yeah.
a shitload of money.
I wouldn't say I'm degenerate or anything like that. I'll throw bets on, but the bets I throw on are like for you guys, it's probably like who's gonna score the first touchdown. For me, it's like who's gonna score the first basket in the NBA game.
Oh, so you like
So-
to bet
so you
on
like
the
prop bets?
Yeah,
sports
yeah.
betting?
So
and
like
stuff like that?
I'll put $5 on a plus $5,000 or plus 5,000 hit, and if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't,
It's $5.
I mean, like I do it a lot because I try to watch every Laker game I can. You know, and the more you watch, like if they get the tip, they kind of like to run set plays and stuff like that. So you can pick people, and then even if you want to switch over, say if you put $5 on a Laker player, or for me, for like who I think who's gonna get that first shot.
Yeah.
You can pick somebody on the other team if they don't get the tip, right?
Oh,
and put like $1 on it, and then
Sure.
you're still winning.
So you're hedging.
Yeah,
Yeah, just hedging.
but that's all I really bet. I don't.
So
I
you're
bet futures and like stuff like that.
Big sports better, mostly. You're not going to go to the casino and sit down for
I
12
will.
hours.
I will. I will. A story for me is like we took my nephew invited us to his 21st birthday
Oh,
party out in
Ashton?
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun. So much fun. And like we were out there maybe 3 days maybe, and like one of the nights, the best night of all is like we were all downtown, but like we all kind of got separated, but then gradually through the night we all ran back into each other basically. And we were all up. We were all gambling. We were all every table that one of us was sitting at.
Yeah.
We were all hitting. It was fucking cool. And like none of us ever really lost. By the time
that's a good feeling. That's a good trip to the casino when everybody
dude,
wins.
It was his 21st birthday party out there. So like, dude, like he was like,
he was in heaven.
yeah, and it's like, hey, it's not always like this, but he's
That
a
probably
smart
is
kid.
a bad
He gets
first.
it. He's a smart kid.
That's probably a bad first, example for him. Like, oh fuck, I'm winning all the time.
Yeah,
That's how it goes, though.
Yep.
And then you get that itch, and then you're like in
That's
there
how-
every
anytime
week.
anytime I've ever been to a casino with someone who doesn't gamble much, they might lose a little bit at first, and then they start winning, and then they win big.
Yeah.
And I mean that happens more often than not, and that's how they fucking sink
yeah.
their claws into you, you know.
I actually lived very close to the Prairie Meadows when I was out in Des Moines for probably 12 years.
Believe it or not, I've gambled there too.
Yeah. It's a good casino. And it was literally maybe like a 5 or 6
He said he
minute
was
drive.
addicted.
Yeah.
Was
It was like a 5 or 6 minute drive from my house, so it wasn't anything. When Candace and I were together, like first started dating and we were living out there, she's like, oh, I feel like Pizza Hut tonight. Can you go get it? Well, funnily enough, Pizza Hut's right next to the casino. So I'd order and be like, oh, it's going to be like 65 minutes. I'm just going to go
it's
ahead.
gonna be an hour and a half.
Super busy. I think there
It's
was
like
a home game.
it's like
They're backed up.
It's like a Tuesday, Thursday night, something like that. And it's not
family night there. You
Yeah.
know how it is.
and I would always drum by the casino, and I'd always, order the pizza online and say, hey, have it ready by this time, 65 minutes later. So I'd go in there, and I wouldn't win all the time by any means, but I remember this one time I went in to get pizza, and I went up to the poker room on the top floor, bought in for $100, first hand, just hopped right and fresh into a new table, playing 1-2 no limit, and dropped $100 in, got pocket aces first hand.
What?
I was like, fuck. All right, let's see how this goes. And I was trying to overbet, trying to kick people out, and didn't want anybody to catch anything. 5 guys out of a table of 8 rolled in on the flop with me.
Really?
Yeah, so pre-flop
It's
we were
terrifying.
pre-flop we're $140 in.
Oh man.
In the pot, like
Yeah.
And so I was like, fuck. Well, then it came out like 7-5 deuce, just off fucking shoot cards, and I'm like, I got this. So I popped for like 60 just to see what happened. Another guy raised me to 120, and I'm like, I'm fucking all in at this point. Like I don't have any more money. So I just set back because my 100 was in.
Right.
And so this guy, raised me, and they bet around, and 2 guys fell out. But it ended up going down to a showdown at the end. Flop was just all small numbers. I had aces, he had kings, he had queens. So like it was a fucking race for sure.
Yeah.
That's a bad beat.
So
Yeah.
I took
someone's getting fucked.
so I bought I got like a bunch of the buy-ins or the antes or whatever, and then the first round of bets. So I ended up walking out with like 380
Hell yeah.
in one hand, and this is like a rule you don't do at a poker table. You don't play one hand, win, and get up
Yeah.
and leave, and I fucking did.
Well, whatever.
You can do it, but it's like
It's
Bad
a
etiquette.
it's a dick move.
Dude,
well, you're
whatever.
Playing, you're playing for yourself. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Whatever.
I've done it
I
before.
was happy with that. I was in the casino maybe 10-15 minutes tops, and walked out with
sat
380
at
on
Pizza
$100
Hut for
bet.
45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
They so is that what like your go-to when you walk into a casino? Are you
So if they have
Poker,
poker,
if you
yeah,
can.
if they have poker, if they have poker room, that's the best game for me to have an edge on. Like I don't want the casino to have the edge. So I'll go poker. Otherwise, I'll go blackjack or craps.
Right.
Yeah, I
Blackjack.
like blackjacks. I like roulette. I like playing roulette.
Blackjack.
I don't win a ton on roulette.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
feel like you're winning a lot when you play roulette, but you don't. I don't know.
Depends on what you declare your
Yeah,
chips.
right.
So,
but
think-
I like blackjack a lot.
I think roulette has. I'm not a roulette player, but I think roulette has a pattern. People bet quadrants, or they bet like the first 2/3, and then they bet like
Yep.
the first and third column.
Yep.
You know, and they overbet that, and you're supposed to
Yep.
win like 180 on each time, but you got to pay 100 for those 5 bets.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard. I've never really understood it.
Roulette has the
I just like
worst-
throwing on my numbers. Like
Yeah.
my wife is kind of like that. She'll put one chip down for 4 different numbers to get a less payout and all that stuff. I usually play the same numbers. I hit the numbers that I like.
Yep.
And
I hate
I
roulette.
usually do a fairly decent job because I'm kind of all over the board.
Yeah.
There's a lot of black and red numbers. So it's like if you're willing to sit down for a while and play,
Yeah.
like it's not bad.
Can I tell you the best roulette story I've ever had? And
Yeah,
I'll
love to.
I'll keep it short. I'll keep it short.
You don't have to keep it short.
I'm not a roulette player, and I'm not the winner in this. This wasn't my thing. When Candace and I first started dating, I wanted her to meet my mom and dad, and my dad loves casino. Well, it's kind of out by us, and I was like, just come out for dinner to AJ's. We'll go out, talk, and maybe we'll hit the casino floor. So after dinner, we went to roulette because that's what my dad loves to play, and it was just us. There was nobody else there at that table. And Dad was going at it for maybe 10 minutes, and all of a sudden this Asian dude walked over, a well-dressed guy, drops $1,000 in chips.
Oh, pay attention, son.
And he puts 500 on 23 and then paints every corner. So he's got like 6 other numbers in there. So corners pay 17 to 1, on the number pays 35 to 1. So he had 500 on 23, and then it's like 125, 125, 125, 125.
Right.
He ended up hitting 23.
That's wild.
One spin. He went over to the table for one spin, cashed out like $23,000, walked away. And I was like,
He probably came back and did it again in 2 fucking
I asked
hours.
the dealer, I said, does that happen? He goes, with him? Yeah. And I was like, okay, tell me a little bit more about this. And he goes, well, follow him into the high limit room. And so I went in there, and this motherfucker's playing $2,000 a hand blackjack.
What?
And he's playing 2 hands. And it's just him playing against the dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw one of my friends from high school, a couple years younger than me, that he was out there and he was a dealer. And I said, hey, tell me about this guy. He goes, oh, that guy, he's a degenerate. He don't work. His mom and dad own all the British Petroleums in Iowa, like the franchise. He goes, he's just a trust fund kid. I said, okay. I go, do you guys keep tallies on everybody? Because when you give, the card, they kind of keep track of what you're betting. He goes, yeah, he's down about $950,000 for the year.
What?
This was July.
Ooh.
And I was like, holy
Hey, you know what that means?
fucking shit.
He's got plenty of time to win it all back.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Trust
God.
fund kid. He's burning it. He's probably got problems elsewhere, too.
Well, I think you know,
Yeah.
I hate fucking roulette. I will not play it unless I'm with a group and that's all they want to play.
Really?
I've walked up on a whim and thrown money on black or thrown
Yeah.
money on red. Best thing I ever saw, we were at a corporate trip and we usually go to Council Bluffs right next to the casino there. And we were in there and one of the guys that works for us had like $20 on red and $20 on black.
Then hit fuck.
And he probably shouldn't have been gambling, but we're like, what are you doing? He's like, I never lose. And the dealer is reaching over and sliding his stack from black over to red and letting go, and he's sliding it right back. I'm like, dude, what are
Yeah,
you doing?
you're right. You don't ever lose,
Well,
pal.
the 3 spins later, it hit 0-0.
Yep. Lost.
Lost. So then he puts them right back on black and red, and I'm like,
What's the point?
Oh,
he's
the
never
dealer's
losing.
just like-
He's never winning.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. It's to each their own, but I don't know. I'll play blackjack probably more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do a little 3-card poker is fun.
I can't stand that.
I will
shit.
not touch a slot machine with a 10-foot pole.
Slots,
They are
I don't either,
rigged.
but people,
win.
that's just it.
They
dude.
are set up to take more than they pay out. So
Yeah.
once how a slot machine works is you tell it, okay, your jackpot prize is going to be 10 grand, but you're not going to pay out 10 grand until you take in 15.
Yeah.
So the person that wins the 10 grand happened to stroll along as it was like at $14,950 and they stuck $50 in. And as soon as it was like, I've taken in so much, boom,
Boom.
we're going to pay out.
Awesome.
So slot machines are purely luck. which I mean 90% of the casino is,
I
right?
think
It's just
people
walking
play them,
by at the
dude.
right
That's the
time.
reason why people piss their pants and stuff like that, dude.
It's just
They don't want to get up.
It's just I can't. I'd rather light my money on fire. I love blackjack, and my
Yeah.
favorite thing to do is to go to a casino and play stupid blackjack.
Yeah.
Stupid blackjack.
So
What's stupid blackjack?
doubling down on blackjacks as an 11 instead of treating it as a winning hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Splitting tens.
What? I
Splitting-
would fucking beat you off of
Yeah.
the table.
I'm sure you would. Well, you want to beat me off at the table? Splitting tens.
Whatever's paid. Nah.
Splitting twos, threes, doubling down on eights, doubling down.
Hold
on
on.
What?
If
You're
you
moving
split
too
twos,
fast.
it depends upon what I'm showing, what the dealer's showing.
doesn't matter what the dealer's showing.
I'll split some twos sometimes.
No, when I'm playing this way, I don't care if the dealer has a 10.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
gonna split twos. 2 12s is more probability better than a 14. You have more cards that will save a 12 than cards that will save a 14 in the deck.
Yeah, I know, but with a 2 out there, I'm hoping for the 8 or the 9 so I can then double that.
Just fucking up
Unless-
everybody else's hands.
Especially if the dealer has a 6, I'm gonna split my
Damn.
fucking
Yeah.
twos
Yeah.
and hope I get some double down hands.
So-
What's the
Now-
most time you split at a table?
You won't do that
Four.
with your buddies,
same.
though, right? Like if you sit
I
down,
will always do it with my buddies.
Oh, I'm leaving
My,
the
bu-
table.
my buddy Justin that works with me, we just went to Tama 2 weeks ago. Him and I will play the dumbest blackjack you've ever seen and win, and it drives the dealers and the players fucking nuts. Now
Yeah.
sometimes it screws us. Like
most times I bet it would screw you.
he had 14 and I had 15 one time, and he didn't hit his 14. I took his 7. The dealer took his 6 to make 21.
Oh, fuck.
Or the dealer took my 6 to make 21, and then the next card was a 10 that would have busted the dealer, and we'd have both had 21s.
Yeah.
And I lost everything. So I sat there for an
Legit.
hour and watched him play, and he could not fucking lose. Doubling down on a hard 12. If you're gonna take a card,
Hold
you're
on.
only gonna take one card.
Hold on. He's doubling on a 12?
Doubling on a hard 12.
Wow. That's balls. Doubling. I mean, I'll take a hit, but
If
I'm
you're
not
gonna take
doubling.
one, you might as well double on a hard 12.
Really?
Try it sometime.
Guess
But what if
don't-
you get a
well,
2?
No,
and
that's
you're
how you
not a
become
14?
degenerate. That's how
Then you hope the dealer busts.
Wow. See, Prairie Meadows Day, they had single deck blackjack. I love that because you could sit down and count
But they shuffle after every
every
round.
hand.
Yeah.
After every hand, they shuffle. But it would give you
It makes you play different.
it would give you a good count, and you could count a little bit into the hand. Now, 6 deck shoes are hard, especially when they're like
Count the aces. That's all
Shuffle.
you have to count is count the aces.
Yeah.
That's all you want to keep track of is the aces.
I like sitting down at the blackjack table with your
buddies.
with your buddies.
with friends.
and then you play smart and everybody plays together and everybody's working cohesively together.
Blackjack
That's when
is
it's fun.
Not a
Yeah.
team
Because
sport. I hate to tell
I
you.
understand that, but like you're gonna take lumps, you're gonna take losses,
Oh,
but
yeah.
as a team, as a goal, dude. If I'm losing, say if I sit down and lose $100 with my buddies, but I have a buddy that wins 400, I'm fucking pumped.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You know, that's what I like.
Well,
I don't care if I
agreed.
lose
That-
if one of my buddies is sitting down and hitting,
That night in Council Bluffs, I
because
lost.
you'll get that back
Yeah.
I
at
lost
the end of the
300.
night.
I lost $300. My buddy Justin won 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad that
That's
I
a
was
good night.
upset at that one hand
Yeah.
that took me out, but I was glad that he won overall. And
Yeah.
the only time I'll play stupid and split tens is if I have friends that are there or people I want to play with and the table's full. Because when you start doing shit like that, people will get up
People
and quit
leave.
playing.
They want to play with
And then
you.
you let your buddies sit
Yeah.
down. But I was playing one night at Rhythm City. Is like 3 a.m. So there's not shit for people in there.
Yeah.
And there was this dude. We're playing $10 a hand blackjack, and he was a fucking. He looked like he was a gangster, probably gangster wannabe. I don't know. He had his cronies there, and he kept giving them money to go fuck off and do whatever they want. One got in on a hand and messed up the bonus. Have you ever played the bonus in blackjack?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
3-card poker.
Yep.
He missed it by 1. It shuffled off 1 card, and his buddy had just got in,
So
and he was
pissed.
fucking pissed. He's like, "You just cost me $900, blah, blah." And I was like, "Well, it wouldn't have come out that way because you forgot about the dealer's card.
Yeah.
It'd have still been off. It'd have just been off one the other way." And then he
Right.
started arguing with me. Well, I knew the dealer. He was being a dick, and I told the dealer, I said, "If you give me 2 face cards again, I'm going to split them." Because every time if I had split them, I had a 1. So I split my face cards against a face, and he got pissed. And so I hit over here, and I got like 16, and I always hit my 16s, and I stopped. And I went to my next one and pulled a 14. And I got nervous, and I stopped. And she flipped over and had 15 and pulled like a 6 or something like that. Like, I fucked up the way I played it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it fucked up, but we both lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got mad and pulled his chips back, and I played the rest of the shoe by myself and got my ass
kicked.
Yeah.
I was up big and I was down to even.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I'm like, are you going to get back in? We played 3 hands since then, and I need some help here. I'm getting my ass handed to
Yep.
me. And he's like, no. So they shuffle everything, shuffle all 6 decks, his hand shuffle then. I cut it because he wasn't playing, so I cut it. First, and the dealer she knew I was going to do this because I had played with her a lot. First hand of the shoe, I get 2 10s.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm pissed that this guy just watched me lose my ass. Split them right away.
Split them.
Win both my 2 10s. He loses, pulls his chips back. I color up and leave. So he's got no choice
See you
but
later.
to play the shoe.
Oh, that's
I
fucking
went back
awesome.
like a week later, and she was like, that guy was so fucking pissed. She was like, security watched you walk to your car to make sure you didn't get jumped in the parking lot. I'm
Oh,
like,
no shit.
I
Wow.
don't care. My deal is like, this was my deal before. Like, I like to go to the casino and have fun, and the dealers just flip the cards.
Yeah.
You cannot blame the dealer for how the cards come out of the shoe.
No.
If a dealer makes a mistake, it is what it is. Most casinos will just let you call the hand a wash and sweep the cards away and go again. Like, it's. But if you start yelling at a dealer or being a dick to a dealer,
Yeah, they don't like
I will
that.
play my hand so you lose. But if we have to lose together, we will.
Yeah. I gotcha. You know, the worst thing that I hate about blackjack is when you've got somebody in the first position that doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah, that does suck.
Like if you've got you tell me this.
But then you can play your hand based on if they didn't know and they should have hit.
I mean, you get
Yeah.
to play your
then
own
you
hand
can
for
pass.
sure.
But especially if you're like second position to that first person, and dealer's showing a fucking 6, and you've got 13 or whatever, and this chick's showing that she's got, I don't know, she shouldn't hit. She's got a 16 or something like that. And it's like, okay, the odds the dealer busting here are pretty good. Just don't take it. And she'll fucking hit on 16. Some people do, some people don't. You tend to always stay on 16.
Yeah,
Depending
depends.
upon what's showing.
Depends.
They say you should be consistent on them, right?
Yeah, and
Right.
I never really hit.
Based off of what's showing. So if I have 16 against a 10,
Yeah.
if I have 16 against anything better than a 16,
Yeah.
I always hit.
Yeah.
Always.
Yep. I play scared cards, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I'm always sitting at 16.
Well, I was playing again at the casino late at night, and I'm at the $25 table this time.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this Indian guy there, and he is fucking winning everything. Like, he keeps handing his wife like $200 at a time to go cash it out, so they don't have to cash it out all together.
Save it.
And he's playing like $100 a hand and shit.
Oh,
and I'm
wow.
sitting over here with like my $125. Like, God, I hope I don't lose 5 hands in a row.
Yeah.
So we're playing a hand, and the dealer has 6 up, and I have 8s. And he had like 14. He stayed. 6 is a bust card. 8s is a split all the time.
Oh, fuck.
Always. Aces and 8s, you always split them. Because the
Okay.
odds are in your favor.
Ace is always split for sure for me.
Aces and 8s, always split them. So I split my 8s. I pulled a 2 on the first one. I doubled down. I get 20. Split my second 8. I can't remember what I pulled, but I worked my way to 20 on that. Dealer flips over and has like 18.
Yeah.
Or hit to 18. I won both of my hands. He
Yeah.
lost his. And he got mad at me because I split my 8s.
Yeah.
Were you before
I was
his
third shoe. I was third base. I
And
was the
where
last
was
person
he?
to play. He was
first?
It was just us two. So
Okay.
he was in front of me. So he got pissed that I played that way. So I was like, okay, motherfucker, watch this. Well, then I went on a streak. I couldn't lose.
Yeah.
And he was going up and down, up and down. Well, he finally lost, and he had to go find his wife and get money from her. So he left the table, and we had just started a shoe. At most $25 and up tables at a casino, you
they
can
ask you.
request
Yep.
no mid-shoe entry.
Yep.
So I had her put the fucking no mid-shoe entry sign up. So he walked back with $1,000 and put it on the table, and the dealer pushed it back to him.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And he put it down again. And she goes, no mid-shoe entry. And he looked at me and goes, can I get in? And I said, after this shoe.
Yeah.
So I sat there, and I had a really good fucking shoe. I think I ended up $1,000. So start of the next shoe, I played one hand again, and then walked
Got
away.
out of here.
Like, because even the pit boss, I knew the pit boss, and the pit boss was like, this guy is being a fucking prick. Like, he's yelling at the dealer. He's being a dick to his wife. He's yelling at me. I'm like, motherfucker,
Yeah.
okay, I'll
we
show
can
you.
play this game.
So you had to sit there and watch me
So
play.
you
like,
play multiple games at a time. You play the cards and you play the people at the table.
Oh, I love to fuck with people. I'll go to Vegas. I've been to Vegas once. I'll call my Uncle Matt.
well, you
right
can't
now.
say you
He'd
love to go to
vouch for me.
Vegas and only been there once.
Oh, I'd go back in a heartbeat.
yeah.
So we found a $1 blackjack
The Manstream
table.
podcast takes on
Vegas.
the streets of
Yeah,
Vegas.
I'm okay with it.
We could do that. I'd wear
Sting
a
'em.
GoPro on my fucking head
Sting
all
'em.
day.
They won't let you in the casino.
No, I know.
Sting
But
'em.
would be
Fremont
fun.
Street. So we found a $1 blackjack table,
Yep.
And we're sitting in the middle, and there's two girls to the left of us who have never played blackjack before. So we're talking to them. And then people keep sitting down, and it's a fucking $1.
Yeah, it's
But
nothing.
it is amazing to watch people freak out
over $1
on what they should do. Like this one lady, I'm like, that's a split. You need to split there. She's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I'm like, here's a fucking $1.
Yeah, here it is.
Split that shit.
Yeah.
But like, it's $1. I love to play stupid $1 blackjack because people get mad at you, and it's like, it's a fucking $1.
Yeah,
It's $1.
yeah.
You can't afford to lose $1.
Yeah, I
don't play.
split tens.
Yeah.
I might lose $2 instead of one this
That
time.
was like
Yeah.
to touch on it since we're on Vegas. Is like when we went out there for Ashton's party, when I got done out of my blackjack table, I was like, okay, I gotta find some people because like I was on a hot streak. They were over my shoulder for like I don't know 10 to 15 minutes, but then they're like, okay, let's get out of here. We're gonna
Almost
go do
drink a
this.
drink.
And so when I cooled down a little bit, I got up off the table and I went looking for them.
Mhm.
And Andy and Ashton were sitting at the table and they were following this poker. And I didn't know you could do this. I never really paid attention, but there was so next to the hand there was bets to where you could be like if the dealer where the dealer finishes, where his hand finishes. So it could be like from 20
So they're
through
just prop betting on his
22.
hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 side bets and you could finish from 20 to 22. It was basically 3 numbers each category.
Mhm.
Oh,
But
yeah,
you could always also bet on like the bust of so you could bet that the dealer could
Yeah.
get 24.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that was on the other side of the table that was playing those bets.
And winning them.
Not just winning them. He was winning. Yeah, I
Killing
mean,
them.
he was winning every single one. And I was like, what's going on here? I never knew that. And Andy's just like, just sit down and watch this guy and like follow his bets.
Yeah.
And that's how they walked away like up. They were like
Yeah.
following this guy's side bets and it paid out pretty good.
Yeah.
And
You know, I tell you,
I love blackjack with side bets.
yeah.
I didn't even, that was the first time I ever noticed. I'm like, this is cool.
There's some wild ones out there.
And in the casino industry, I mean, I think the funnest table to be on with a bunch of people is a craps table.
Craps is so
Because
If you know how to play,
because
yup.
if you get
even if you don't know how to play, you just follow your buddies that do.
yeah, and if
until
you
it
get
makes
somebody
sense.
on a good fucking roll
Yep.
and they're hitting like 6, 7, 10 points, and you guys are up like 2, 3 grand.
Yep.
I mean, there's no better feeling than walking away as a group of guys of 5 or 6 people with like $10,000.
Yup, my brother's bachelor party was out at Vegas, and my cousin Connor. So like when we first all getting into the hotel, met up with Connor. Connor's like, let's go to the craps table.
Yeah.
It's like the first thing he said. I was like, dude, I don't know how to play, but I'll come with you. Like I'm
Yeah.
here for the vibes. And he's like, oh yeah, we got to hit it up right away. And
fucking
they
throw your
were
money out
raking
there.
it in
Yeah.
right away. I was
Yeah.
like, this looks fun.
The first time I ever played craps was on a boat in the Quad Cities with my dad, and I never played it before. And he's like, "Just do what I do." Like, all right. So, I was the shooter. Dice came to me. I set my point. It was like 5 or something, and he's like, "Give me all the numbers," and you got your pass line, and then
Yep.
you're behind your odds.
Yep.
So I'm doing all that, and I'm rolling, and I'm rolling, and I'm rolling. Well, I'm hitting numbers, and the points and stuff, and they keep sliding my chips to me.
Yep.
But I never saw my dad pick any chips up, so I didn't.
Oh no.
So I left them all in my odds.
Yep.
I bet I had $350 down there, and then I finally crapped out, and they took it all back. And
Uh-huh.
my dad's like, "Where's your money?" I'm like, You didn't tell me to pick it up."
Ah,
He's like, "You fucking idiot! After every roll, pick up what you win
Yeah.
or press your bet."
yeah.
Yeah, so that was a tough learning curve. But
Yeah.
dude,
What do you-
craps in Vegas is wild.
What do you
Yeah.
press yours up to?
It just depends on how it's going.
Like my max is 3.
300.
No, fuck no.
Oh, you'll
I'm-
press it 3 times.
I'll press it 3 times.
from like a $6 bet.
No, so like I'll do 12 on the 6 and the 8,
Yeah.
right? So then I'll hit 24, and then I'll hit 36.
So I always start out at minimums,
Yeah, so do I.
and if I got a shooter that I think's going to shoot for a while, I'll press it every time until he craps out. So
Yeah.
when we were the one time I went to Vegas, my uncle's buddies had $100 on all the numbers, and when they fucking hit, they were getting paid out.
Yeah.
But they stopped pressing it at that point. Craps is
It's fun.
I don't know
There's-
anything about it.
There's
Sounds very
so many
interesting.
different ways to play.
just throw money around and stay stuff, but whatever you do at a craps table, especially in Vegas, do not say 7
Yeah.
out loud because they will run you out of the fucking casino.
Yep.
Because
Don't-
it's bad luck.
Don't say come on 7. Yeah.
Just don't say 7 at all.
Why not?
Because it's bad luck. Because then you will it to be a 7.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time, 7 is you crap out, everybody loses, unless you're betting dark side craps, which
Yeah.
means you want the crap to
And that's
come.
Now
why
you
you would
want
say it.
7 or 11 on your opening roll after hitting your point,
Yeah.
because you still win your money at that point plus your odds. But once you hit your point and you establish your point, whether it's 4, 5, 6, 8, 9,
And what's a
or 10,
point?
a point
It's
is
one of the
anything
big
other than
numbers on there.
7, 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
So
it's
you
4,
can play
5,
the numbers.
6, 8, 9, 10.
So once you've hit your point, if you actually keep rolling and throughout your roll end up hitting 7, you basically crapped out now.
So when you hit your point, so say I roll a 5, 5's our on number.
Yep.
So 5's going to pay you anytime it's rolled. It's going to pay your pass line and your odds behind.
Always press
So
your odds.
you don't bet on the 5.
Yeah.
So you bet on the 4, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10.
I only bet 6, 8, 9, and 10. I don't go 5.
6 and 8 is all I bet because it's easier to roll those than any of the other.
The highest odds number is 7. That's why it's crap out.
Yeah.
6 and 8 are the next best, and then it's 9 and 10.
But there's a dark side, you said?
Yeah.
Well, you can bet
Tell me more about the dark
you
side.
can pick 7 and 11 as your numbers. I want these to roll. It's a one roll bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's expensive to do, but when it hits, it pays out good.
Yeah.
But when
Or-
you do that at a table,
It's like
that's
the roulette
rolling,
table when you hit the actual number and not the color.
Yeah. So there is also the field bet where a lot of people play the field, and I think
love
it's
playing the field.
It's one of the worst bets you can
It's
fucking
the
make.
worst bet in the house.
It's like, so the field is anything but any of the points that are out there. So it's like 2, 3,
7, 12.
yeah,
But there's a bunch of them. The field is
And
a bunch
11.
of. It's a spread of numbers, but usually
Stew pot.
2 and 12 pay
pretty much.
double,
Yep, 2 and 12
usually.
pay double.
and field is a
1 to
1
2
to
to
1
1.
bet,
Yeah.
2 to 1. So it's like we were
5
playing in
and 10
Vegas,
out.
and I dropped a field bet. Minimum field bet was $10,
Yeah.
and I had 10 ones. So I put this big stack of $1 chips in there.
Yeah.
And one of my uncle's buddies is like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "It's a big equipment in the field." Well, I won it. So anytime I bet a field bet the whole rest of the trip, they're like, "Big equipment coming through, big equipment." I'm like fucking
Yeah.
big equipment.
equipment.
See, I'm a hard
love
I'm a hard ways better. I love hard 6,
All
hard
the
8,
hard ways?
hard 10s.
Interesting. I
Hard
don't even know
4.
the lingo you guys are talking about,
So
but
like
it sounds
a
awesome.
Pays 9 to
a
1,
hard
5
6
to
would be like
1.
2 3s.
Yeah.
A hard 4 would be like 2 2s.
Yep.
Hmm.
And they have odds beside them. So what you do is if you leave your, like if you say I want a hard 8, right? You put your bet down, and usually it's $6 or $7 that you're putting on it. Most people put 5 or whatever, but I know there's a minimum. And it's a 15 to 1, 10 to 1, 12 to 1, 9 to 1 odds. So like, your $6 is going to win you $63.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, that bet will stay out there on the hard 8 until you actually roll an 8. So a 6 or a 2, 7 or a 1, whatever it may be, 5 and a 3, then your hard ways bet comes down. Otherwise, that hard 8 will stay out there until you roll an 8.
Yeah.
Really?
And then if you hit it, you win it, take it down.
One of my favorite bets on craps is the small, tall, all bet.
Yeah.
And you can bet $1 on them. It pays out like 32 to 1, but you're either betting that you'll roll a 1 through 6 in the next shooter before they crap out.
Yep.
Or you'll roll a 7 through 12, or you'll roll all of them, 1, 2, 12 at least once,
Oh.
which is really fun when you hit it. But it fucking is hard to hit.
Well, yeah.
So I wish Dave was down here right now because I played games with him the other night, and he had somebody that hit that bet.
The all tall, all
The
small,
all tall, but he was also betting for the dealers too.
Oh yeah.
So you can bet for the dealers to make them money. They can't bet, right? So if you've got a dealer that's awesome at your table, like, hey, cheering you
it's
on.
like laying a tip down.
Exactly, like, hey, sir,
Instead
thank
of
you.
laying their tip, you bet their tip.
Yeah.
You
You
bet
know
their
what I mean?
tip for them, and so like if you hit this all bet, like Ryan said, it's fucking a lot of money.
It pays out good.
Yeah, and I think Dave said that their all bet was $2,200 for the dealers this last week. He's like, yeah, it was a fucking slow week, so it was kind of nice. We all got split $2,000.
Yeah, that's tight.
But yeah, that's primarily his table when he's up there is he loves the craps table.
And anytime I have a good dealer, I try to take care of them. But
Yeah.
like, if you win a blackjack, usually it's if on a $10 bet, you're winning you're winning $15 back. But on a $5 bet, you win $7.50. And most casinos either have the $1.50 chip
Yeah.
or quarters and dollar chips or whatever.
Yeah.
I will take those,
And throw those back.
and
Yep.
instead of tipping them straight to the dealer, I'll say, "Where do you want it?"
Oh.
And I'll either play it on the main blackjack hand or the bonus hand. Now I
Oh.
want to get into this bonus games because this shit,
It's
I
crazy.
love bonus blackjack.
Do you really?
Oh, dude, do it. I don't worry about regular
he plays
blackjack.
You just
dumb
wanna hit the
blackjack,
bonus.
So
I
yeah.
fucking love bonus blackjack. So I was
Alright.
at a casino.
Dude,
and
he
out-
likes playing the fucking.
up
He
by
likes playing the
I feel like
weird
my
shit.
mic-
the
microphone's
Diamond Joe
going
up by
out.
Albert Lee. It's like
Yeah.
a barn. It's south of Albert Lee on the I-35. So they have a blackjack table there. So it's regular blackjack. Then it's free bet blackjack. So the way free bet blackjack works is anytime you have an 8, a 9, or a 10, you can double down. but you don't put your extra money up. So normally to double down, if you have a $5 bet, you put $5 up there and you say you want one card. And then you can win twice as much as, then you win $10 versus regular 5. Instead of putting your extra $5 up there, the casino gives you a gold chip. And that gold chip represents your extra 5. So they're covering your extra bet. You can also, anything splittable, they will cover your split. So any pair.
Really?
Yeah, up to 4 times.
What?
Yep. So
Up to 4 times, like in your session?
You can split 4 times.
Okay.
So if you get it 2 8s
I got
and you
you.
split
Okay.
them, and you get another 8, you can split it, and you get another 8, you can split it, but then
That's
you're
it.
done. If you get a 5th 8, it's a 16. That's it.
Okay.
So they will cover your splits and all. So you're not putting your ass on the line at all. So they have a bonus game for that called Pot of Gold. And the way Pot of Gold works, we were playing this at Tama. So if you get 1 gold coin, it pays 2 to 1 on your bet. 2 gold coins is 3 to 1 on your bet. 3 gold coins was, I think, 15 to 1.
Whoa.
4 gold coins was 30 to 1.
Wow.
And it goes all the way up. 7 gold coins is the most, which pays 100 to 1.
Wow.
So I'll play that. Then they had another game, which is just 3-card poker between you and your 2 cards and the dealer's up card. You either got to get a flush or some sort of straight.
Yeah.
Right? So they have that going on. And then they had another side bet that was, I can't remember what it was. It was another stupid side bet like that where your 2 cards had to equal 10 or something like that. And then you got paid on that side bet. And then they had they had those 2 and they had what's called Blazing Sevens. Blazing Sevens is cumulative. So anytime you bet on Blazing Sevens, that money goes into the pot until somebody wins it. The way to win the master pot is to get 3 sevens of the same suit, your 2 cards and the dealer's card.
That's hard.
So Tama, when we were at Tama, it was 10 grand for the grand pot, for the big pot.
Jesus.
And I was asking the dealer about it, and the dealer's like, yeah, actually, I left last week, and I just got back from having 2 days off, and it was up to like 55,000. So somebody hit it in the last 2 days.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was I'm like, how often does that happen? He's like, not very often, but it pays out. Like if your first card is a 7, you get $5. If your first 2 cards are 7s and the dealer's isn't, you get like $50. If the dealer has a 7 and you have a 1 7, you get. So it pays. It incentivizes you to play it,
Yeah.
right? I sat at the Diamond Joe up there by Albert Lee for like 4 hours, and there was this little old lady sitting there with me playing, and she was winning blackjack because that's all she was playing. I was not winning blackjack, but I could not lose. I would win a bonus. So 3-card poker with the dealer pays 9 to 1. 3-card dealer plus. So if you have regular 3-card poker with them, any flush, any straight. You have another one where if it's a straight flush, or a all the same number flush. So straight flush plays 90 to 1.
Wow.
So like if I had 3 9 of spades, pays 270 to 1.
But you didn't hit, I'm
And
guessing.
if you have the straight flush, it pays 181. So it's bumped up by the hardness to get.
Yeah.
No, I hit one of the 90 to 1s. I hit several of the 9 to 1 bets, and I had several splits and doubles
Wow.
for free. The only thing is that stupid free bet blackjack where they cover your splits and your doubles. On most of those tables, 22 is a push.
Oh, shit.
So if the dealer busts out with 22,
Ooh.
it's a push.
Ouch.
But you still get your bonus paid
Yeah.
out. You just don't win all those extra hands.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that.
So like I had one in Tama. I split 4 times.
Yeah.
I split 4s 4 times, and I ended up with because I kept doubling down, I kept getting 11s, and I ended up like 14s and 13s and 16 and another 13. Well, the dealer hit to 18, but I took 4 gold coins. So I ended up getting $300.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. That's tight.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid. They're called sucker bets for a reason.
They
But like
are,
I tell
yeah.
people that 3-card poker, you got to win it 1 out of 9 times.
So like on a lower scaling of gambling, do you ever gamble with like your friends and gamble like with a group of people like small like quarter games and dollar games and stuff like that?
Oh, we play like I'm hoping to over Thanksgiving when I go home.
Yeah.
Which this will probably come out after that, but we do a lot of poker for silver
Yep.
change,
Yep.
quarter, dime,
Yeah.
nickel poker.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yep.
Yeah. I got 2 jars ready for it.
We have a group of guys that always get together, and we do dealer calls it. So you can play one hand blackjack.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
play in between. You can play 3-card poker. You can play
Baseball or-
7-21. Where like you got to get the closest to 7. Every face card is a half a point, Aces can be
That's too
1 or
much for me.
11. No, dude, it's fun.
I
It's
know.
fun.
I've
Dealer
played it.
makes it.
Yeah, dealer makes it. It's
I'm
so
not a
up and
fan.
down the river,
Yeah.
whatever you want to play. That's the type of shit that I really like
I
to
used
get
to do
into.
that at my Aunt Angie's a bunch. We would always have
Yeah.
a poker night there and play Dealer Makes It. And anytime I was down on my luck, I'd be like, all right, we're running 5 hands of blackjack, and I'm the dealer, quarter to play.
Yeah,
Because when I deal blackjack, I murder people.
really.
it's
Good to
not
know. I'll
good.
never play with you.
Well, in Tama, the lady hit a 7-card 21, didn't get 1 face card.
Wow.
The dealer. It was bad. It was. I asked her if I could take a picture, and she wouldn't let me.
Wow.
Like it was something I've never seen before. But
Bonuses are good in the casino. I think it keeps a lot of people coming back for stuff.
I see people that play the bonus more than they play
Yeah.
the regular game.
Well, even poker has bonus, and usually it's the bad beat bet.
Oh yeah.
And when the poker room out Prairie Meadows first opened up, the bad beat bet was aces full of jacks or better, right? So you had to have aces full of jacks or better, and lose the hand to win the bad beat, right? So it's a hard hand to get.
Yeah.
I was out there playing at a table, and it was really cool because the bad beat bet was a jackpot that accumulated. I think one person maybe won it every 6 months, and like $1 or $2 from each hand got pulled aside for the jackpot. Well, this guy didn't know about the bad beat bet and what it was. And in order to win it, you had to finish the hand. Like you had to finish the hand. You couldn't be like, oh, I fold and then churn it over. You had to play to the end.
All the way to the end.
And you had to play all the way to the end. And so like you might have to play all in to be able to show your cards, right? So it happened, and what it is the bad beat, 50% of that pot goes to the person who got beat, 25% goes to the person who won the hand, and then the other 25% gets dispersed amongst everybody that was at the table at the time the bad beat was happening.
Really?
It was pretty cool because like you could have no skin in the game and still fucking win money. So there was, I'm gonna be wrong on the amount, but it was above 70,000. I was
Jesus.
sitting at a table, and it was a bad beat bet, and this guy didn't know what it was, and he didn't finish the hand.
Oh.
And we all fucking got pissed off at him, and we're like, dude, you just dropped 35 grand that you could have won by finishing the hand. And I mean, all he had to do was go all in with like a couple extra $100.
Right.
Nobody told him about it.
I
We
wouldn't
were
have known
all so fucking pissed. And it was like, so again, had to be aces full of jacks or better.
Yep.
This guy ended up getting quad queens against quad kings. How's that happen? Hard. Pocket
Jesus
kings, pocket
Christ.
queens. Showed king, king, queen, queen, and then like a 2. And we're like, somebody's got aces. Is what we were thinking.
Right.
Or somebody had a king, queen, but that still wouldn't hit the bad beat. We didn't realize that both of them had quads. And he
That's
fucking
a bad beat.
And he
That is
fucking
a bad beat.
he fucking folded.
Talk about a bad fucking beat. The
and
worst beat.
And the dealer's like, you just left 35,000 on the table. And he's like, what the fuck? And the dealer told him about the bad beat bet. He's like, can I take it back?
Yeah, sure. Run it back.
Yeah.
real
So
quick.
I mean, if you figure up at 70 grand, the other people at the table would have split like 17.5,
Wow.
something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, we would have split 17.5.
You'd have had money in your pocket. Either
Right.
way.
Fuck yeah! And there's only like 5 of us at the table that were other than the 2 that were on it. So I mean, 5 people splitting 17.5 is a pretty good night.
Rhythm City down by me used to have a huge poker room when they first built it.
Yeah.
Well, then they moved their poker tables to the front of the casino and made that slots. They don't have poker anymore there.
See, I thought the Q used to have one, but I know the Diamond Joe had one for sure, and they shut it down. And I think it was
they're
like
taking poker out of a lot of the casinos.
they don't make any money on it.
Yeah.
It's just one of
Right.
those things where it's like they have to staff it and like they.
Well, that's why I talked
Purely an
about like
expense.
having your
Yeah.
own home games. Like that's what we grew up in high school playing. It's like
Oh, yeah.
fucking quarter poker. You know what I mean?
So we'll do a
Or
poker game.
$30, $40 buy-in.
I think we should
and-
do a Main Street
Yeah.
podcast poker
So
night.
so we do a poker game, and it's a $20 entry to get in to buy in, and you can repop all night for $20. So
I don't read.
yeah,
once
so-
I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
if you want to, no, but there's a
Gotta
lot
be
of guys
careful.
that'll repop like 4
Yeah.
or 5 times. Like they'll go all in the first fucking hand just to see if they can get up money. But yeah, we allow repops all night.
Well, let's hit our other sponsorship real quick here, and then we'll get back into it.
Yep,
Hop into our draft.
lit up
Yeah, maybe.
Midwest.
Am I the only one that didn't know you can light up your home year-round? Let's talk about Lit Up Midwest. Imagine 16 million lighting combinations, 250 colors per sequence, nearly invisible by day, dazzling by night. perfect for holidays, parties, or just to make your home stand out. With a one-time installation, enjoy up to 20 years of customizable, permanent lighting.
I won $800 in Tama 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
I was gonna say my game at the casino's Mississippi Stud.
I can't do that one.
I played it a little bit.
Is the ad good?
I said it was done.
Thank you again to Lit Up Midwest, Adam Kiefer. If you're looking for some affordable, good-looking outdoor lighting solutions, permanent outdoor lighting solutions, hit him up. Tell him the Mainstream Podcast sent you for a 20% discount.
Yeah, and I mean, you can do. Mike always talks about it all the time because he has them down at the fire station. Any combination you want, you
Any
can think
combination.
of. You know, so it's like any
Could
holiday,
be bright white,
any day you want.
soft white.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You could program it to the sunset of the sky if you want.
You're getting 1/5 of your house for free when you do it.
1/5.
1/5.
Damn.
If you got
Of the-
5
of the
peaks,
cost of
one
lighting,
of those
that's right.
peaks
Yeah.
is free.
Right.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So one thing you had brought up
Yeah.
quickly during the ad, we want to, we're talking about gambling and stuff. Let's go over our own personal, if you want to share your biggest losses, biggest wins, maybe your worst bad beat, let's dive into that a little bit.
I'll start mine because I don't think it's that much, but I've walked out of the casino before down 500. I feel like
that's
depending
a
on where
lot.
you're at.
Let's
but
include sports bets here too.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
sports bet much. I'm like a $5-10 sports
Yeah, I would
bettor.
never. I would never
15
throw
leg parlay.
$500 on a spend. Like collectively
Yeah.
throughout the night, I've walked out down 500 before.
All right.
How about you
What's the
guys?
most you've been up?
Yeah.
The most I've been up
Or
a
that you-
night.
that you took
Oh, that I left with.
that you took from the casino.
Probably when I was out in Vegas. Like when I probably walked out like 350, something like that.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean that was hot. I sat down at a blackjack table and fucking
Yeah.
a bunch
Slayed 'em?
of guys that were on a business trip, like you said.
Yeah.
They weren't my buddies,
Yep.
but I was playing with them. Like I'm that type of blackjack
Yeah,
player. Well, I
I
come down,
gotcha.
sit down on the table, and be like, "What do you guys need from me?"
Just to hang out.
Because
Let
you
me
could
help
be that
you.
guy that's hitting, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
I
Well,
hear you.
and don't think off my story earlier. I play jack.
Oh yeah, I
play
know.
asshole blackjack all
Right.
the time.
That's
I love
fun
to,
too.
I love to sit at a good table where people talk and are having fun and your dealer's good
Yep.
and just have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I'm playing
And
with
play
a bunch
straight
of
up.
fucking assholes, I'll be like,
Yeah.
all right, these guys got to go.
And
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. That
And
makes
that
sense.
is
Yeah.
That is a
when
good
you
one.
say it like that, then then it's like, well, yeah, obviously, why don't I do that more?
Yeah. Yeah.
Josh?
Candace doesn't watch this, so I can.
Oh.
I
I guess I never thought of that aspect of it.
I can be honest.
He's got
about
that
it.
private bank account, bro.
No, probably 2,100 loss in a night.
Well,
That was a rough night.
That is a
Yeah.
rough night.
You know, like you're thinking, you know what? I'll just get 500 more out. I can win this back. I can get it back up. Just get me to even. You know, that's every gambler's fucking worst thing is like, just get me back to even.
yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that was probably early on in my days when her and I were first starting to date. And now my theme is like, I buy in with 100. Once I double that, I put my original 100 back in my pocket. So
Yeah.
if I lose, I'm not losing anything I didn't walk in here with.
Right.
So it's a good deal. Most I ever walked out with was 4,100.
Woo! You had to sign some paperwork that night, didn't you?
Nope, I didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the
was-
limit
Did
on
you
that?
did you cash it out in chunks,
Yeah, I
like
did.
$500 at a time?
Yeah.
You fucker.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do it. I had my buddy Dom. He was with me, and he was playing craps and roulette, and I was over at blackjack, and I was playing like 150 to 200 a hand. And if I got to $1,000, I'd send it over with him like, hey, can you go cash this out? And I'm like, but just do 500 at a time. And he'd walk around, and he'd cash out. But
Believe it or not, the casino knows exactly where their chips are and who their money went.
I know.
Even
I
though
know.
you're handing off to somebody else. It's
I
crazy.
know. So yeah, 4,100. Yeah. I was up a lot more one other night, and if I was smart, I could have walked out with probably like 75.
Fuck it.
But I got back down to like 2. I was like, whatever.
Ugh. Yeah, most I lost in a night was it was right around $1,800.
That hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah,
walked
dude,
in
that
with a-
sounds horrible.
I walked in with a fat wad of cash. It was actually for my ex's birthday, so I had a room at the casino, so we gambled for 2 days straight. I walked in with a fat wad of cash the first night. I went to the ATM and hit my max withdrawal, lost all that.
Oh.
Went to the ATM and cash advanced twice, and they
Oh,
cut that
fuck.
off. And then
They cut that off.
Yeah. And then at midnight it renewed, so I went back and did all that again the next day. And then I went into the casino and set up in their system to write them a check and get cash back.
Oh,
and that
fuck.
was the point. That was the turning point when I looked in the
All
mirror
right,
and was like,
Clark Griswold.
okay,
Yeah, right?
if you are writing the casino a check and you're letting them run a fucking background check on you and like a credit app on you and stuff, you have a fucking problem. And I was like, all right, I never did cash the check at the casino, but I had my checkbook in there and I was going through the paperwork to figure out how to do it. And I was finally like, this is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I don't need to do this. I walked out with, I won nothing. Like every time I sat at a table, it was take, you're done.
Yeah.
And then I'd sit down again and it was take. And I was giving my ex money so she could play because it was her birthday.
Yeah.
And that was all take. Like it was just
Crazy.
fucking the worst gambling experience of my life.
That's like,
I was like, I got a fucking room here. You could let me win something.
Yeah.
I ate at
God
the
damn it.
steakhouse upstairs last night. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
this is like the Vegas vacation. What was that? I mean, Clark W. Griswold lost like 23,000 or something out in Vegas on that one.
Dude, that
Oh,
that
oh
that
yeah,
night
Vegas
hurt.
vacation.
Yeah,
Vegas
because he was
vacation.
writing checks.
And it's
Oh, I could have read a personal check.
What's his son's name?
Rusty.
Rusty's
no.
winning
Four
everything.
cars.
No, his
Nick Papa Giorgio.
Papa Giorgio.
Papa
He's
Giorgio
got-
had
they all
4 car-
drive cars in the way.
Hummer,
Papa Giorgio,
Corvette,
yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
Ferrari.
he can't.
Every time he
he's
put
like,
it
I need a
in.
fake ID, and that dude gives him the sign. He's holding the sign up with the cutout for a face. He gives him the ID, and the dude, he can't. This kid walks in and just, you won this car. Like everything he touches, he wins.
And he started
Papa
off.
Giorgio.
He
yeah,
started off
Papa Giorgio.
after winning that first car on craps
Oh.
with the old school Vegas regs.
Yeah.
But
Then, so then one night, I think I won like $1,500 one night.
Oh, nice.
1,500. Did the same thing Josh did. I cashed it out $500 at a time.
yeah.
My goal when I go into the casino, so I'll take $200.
Yep.
Is my limit most of the time. Last year at Council Bluffs, I went way over that. But I'll get $200 out. I'll put my first 100 down. If it goes quick, I'll get the second one out or go to a different table. But when I get my original money back, I'll leave it on the table till I double it. When I double my money, that gets colored up and into my pocket.
Yep. Same.
And then I'm on enough casino money. That's when fun and dumb Ryan starts coming out.
Yeah.
Where I'm like,
Agreed.
watch this, motherfucker. You got a 10. I'm going to split my 10s. Let's go.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
You know, that's when I get stupid. But yeah, I mean, you win some, you lose some. To anyone listening, thinking like, oh, I'm going to go fucking gamble. Listen to these guys. No. When you win big, it takes a lot of losing
Yeah.
to get to win big.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And my dad taught me this a long time ago, and I didn't listen to him for a while. But this is kind of a rule of thumb now. If you're taking money into the casino that you cannot just throw away and not have anymore, you should not be in that fucking casino
Right.
with that
Agreed.
money.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's
Ever.
a good thing to touch on, right? It's like if you have a problem, if you have any issues, I mean, call the hotlines. Do what you need to do.
Call the
You know
hotline,
what I mean?
shut
What
is
yourself
it?
off. Reach out
I
for
want to
help.
say that because like there are
1-800
people out
bets
there.
off, right?
Yes.
Oh,
there
dude.
are people out there that
There's a lot of homeless people that fucking
Well,
dwindled away their savings in
Yeah.
the casino
Dude,
trying to
the
get it back.
casinos of everything in that building is meant
to keep
to
you there.
keep you there.
Yeah.
Shining lights,
Free
fun
drinks.
noises, alarms going off, buzzers going off,
No
music,
windows.
free drinks. Oh, we got food over here. You've been playing. You lost $1,000. Go
Comp
eat
a
at the
room.
buffet for free.
Yeah.
Oh, you need a room tonight? Don't worry. You lost $2,000. We'll give you a room. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen it all. Oh, you want a deck of cards here? Here's an old deck of cards. You can have it. Like,
Yep.
they will do anything they can to keep you there and get you back. Oh, here's a free match play. You play $50. We'll give you. Well, it's like you're playing 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so make sure you see through that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, be competent. Mike, you didn't get to weigh in much.
Yeah.
What's your favorite game in the casino?
And what's your loss and
I don't go to this casino much. I play when I used to slot machines in Mississippi Stud. But
Like them loose slots, huh?
Them loose
apparently,
slots.
unlike you guys, I've never really lost a bunch of money.
My problem is on a lot of those slots, I don't understand how to win, where to win, especially when it's
Just
like
hit the bet.
when it's
max
like
bet
6
button.
columns, 6 fucking lines high. It's like, okay, this is a grid. How do I win
Just
this?
hit the max bet button every time. You're betting all the lines and you're
Yeah.
betting the max bet. Like that's your most likely chance to pay out.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, if you want to go gambling, go try it. It's not for everybody, but just be careful because they'll get you. They'll
Yeah.
sink their hooks in you. You'll feel like You can go there and fucking
every time.
win to pay off your house, and then next thing you know, you're like figuring out your bills to make sure you can pay your fucking house payment.
Yeah. You know, it's really funny.
And you're like, I need groceries this week, but I can't afford them. I've been there. It sucks. Don't do it.
Yeah. You know what's really funny is we do these YP events up in Dubuque, and I see Dave pretty much. They're always on Wednesdays. So I see Dave dealing, and I always stay away from him because he always told us, he's like, I don't know what it is about me. He's like, I just fucking kill people when they're on my table. And
Really?
so I
See,
went.
I hear that, and I'm like, challenge accepted,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
so
Let's go.
I've gone in every time to the YP event, and Dave is just taking a break or he's coming off, and he's not at a table I want to sit at for blackjack. And I've always won. I've always won at every YP event. And the one YP event, we got done with lunch, and I was like, I'll go say hi to Dave, and he was on that Texas Hold'em game at the table against the dealer, and like, you can't win on that. This dude lost like fucking $1,600 next to me in like 10 minutes.
You can win, but it's an expensive game to play.
It is. So then I followed Dave over to blackjack, and he's like, don't sit here. And I'm like, why? He's like, you're not going to win. I'm like, why? He's like, because I'm dealing. And sure as shit, I ripped through $160 in about 5 minutes, and he's like, well, I told you so.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I'm telling you.
So if you see Dave dealing at a table, go to another
Just,
the other way.
what's up, Dave? I'll see you around.
See you in a bit, brother. But tonight, I actually missed out on the soft opening of the Island Social Club up at the Q Casino.
What's that?
So Alex Dixon's the CEO, and he's got this new revitalization for the Q. They're building a new hotel.
Yeah.
They're putting in a whole bunch. That's where Pin Seekers is going to go out in 2026.
What's Pin Seekers?
It's like Top Golf.
It's like
Okay.
a mini
Yeah,
Top
okay.
Golf.
So
basically.
they're redoing the amphitheater back there to make it bigger so they can get up to 10,000 people, and it's on the river now. So like the amphitheater's on the river edge,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
everybody else is back in the parking lot type of deal. But they opened up Island Social, which is like an adult social club with kids. So you can go there with your kids at the casino, and it's a huge fucking gaming area. Like they've got everything from your childhood. They've got every new cool game on there.
Nice.
They've got axe
Are
throwing.
you gonna be allowed to smoke in there?
I don't think so because it's with kids.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's a concert coming up at the Q, and
Yeah.
while we're at the concert, we might have to check that out too.
It is
Yeah.
really
I think,
cool.
the Pork Tornadoes
Pork
are going to be
Tornadoes.
there. And if you'd like to go watch the Pork Tornadoes and check out some of this cool shit in the Q Casino, maybe gamble with us a little bit,
Yeah.
you're in luck. We've got 2 free tickets that
think
we
we
are
do.
giving away.
They might be given away by the time this airs.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, motherfucker. We had 2 free tickets that we were giving away. and
It was
you
a great
missed out.
show.
Yeah, well, we'll still see you maybe at the Q Casino
Yeah.
on
November 30th.
November 30th.
So tell me more about
Yeah,
that.
it'll be gone. It'll be done. It'll be over with. If you
Tell me
wanted to
more
win
about what you're
tickets,
talking
all
about.
you would have had to do is go back to our episode where we interviewed Mike Schulte, the drummer from the Pork Tornadoes, and we, in the first 30 minutes of his video, he said there is something musically that he cannot do, and all you had to do is comment that below that video, be a subscriber, and you're entered to win.
2 tickets, 2 hats, and 2 shirts.
To the 2 people that did come out with us, we had a great fucking time. It was good to see you. We hope you enjoy your shirts and your hats. And, for those of you that didn't enter or win, tune in next time, bitches.
We might have another show coming
Yeah,
up here.
yeah, yeah.
Another giveaway.
Yeah, no shit.
Gambling's fun. Do it responsibly.
Yeah.
I think we're going to, as Mike Olson would say, what's he say? Transition to? Or
No, it doesn't say transition.
Now that that's over.
What do
get
you say,
into-
Mike?
What do
Let's
you
get
say,
into it.
Mike?
Let's get into it.
No, what do you say?
Let's
now,
get into it.
Now that that's happened.
He's busy. He's busy.
Yeah.
Mr. Grumpy Goose over there.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, I'm not fucking grumpy. He's telling me I'm number 1.
He's running that brand new computer over
All
there.
right. Yeah, that is a nice computer.
It's beautiful.
It's 3 weeks old now.
Oh, shit, it's used.
Garbage.
Half the price.
It was white when you got it.
It's now brown.
Let's jump into our draft.
right.
This week's draft is going to be fun and controversial.
Oh, boy.
So we are drafting your top 5 presidents of this United States of America. We'll do snake draft. Everybody's got 5 choices. We'll put all our results up on Facebook so people can vote.
All over all platforms, so put it up.
All over all platforms, you can vote on it, and we'll see if somebody can stop the unstoppable Mike Steinis.
Yeah, I mean,
Unstoppable.
I don't know what to tell you.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, we'll do Mike, Josh, Ryan. Mike Olson, you're gonna partake in this, right?
What's the draft?
Top 5 presidents.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sorry I woke you from your nap. All right. So we're going.
It's tough
we're going-
back here because I can't see you guys.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It is hard.
You could probably spin one. Never mind. All right. Magic Mike, regular Mike, Josh, and Ryan with a hard R. All right, Magic Mike, take it away.
I'm going with the first president, George Washington.
He was on my list.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take him.
Yeah. How do you not?
Yep.
All right.
Ronald Reagan, one of the most crucial elections in our nation's history.
Josh?
Oh, I got to go with it. Number 45 and 47, President Donald J. Trump.
That was going to be my pick.
No shit.
I'm
don't
so
say.
glad I got to choose it.
Yeah.
I really am.
I didn't think it would last that long.
I'm fucking excited for the next 4 years.
All right.
I really am.
I'm going to go with, God dang. You had to do that, huh? I'm going to go with FDR. President during World War II decided to drop the bomb on Japan. Fuck yeah. Then for my second pick, I am going to go with Theodore Roosevelt.
He wanted the nation's bird to be a turkey.
Work for me. I like turkey.
Yeah. All right.
Josh?
Yeah, I'm going to go with a good old Iowa boy. Herbert Hoover.
Herbie.
Out of West Branch, Iowa.
No shit.
Yeah. Born and raised. Yep.
Abraham Lincoln.
Fucker.
Did
Yeah.
a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Wonder what he would have done had he not been shot and killed.
I'm running out of presidents really fast.
I fucking told you.
I'm going to have to
Yeah.
get on Google. You're up, Mr. Stein.
I'm going to go JFK. I just want to, I think that he was pushing the envelope and got.
He wasn't president long.
Well, I'm just saying him because I think he was doing all the things to.
I'm sorry, I can't help myself.
Oh.
No, I don't. That doesn't mean that there's no jab at he wasn't good at
Yeah.
what he was going to do. But
I think that that's a controversial assassination and stuff like that. So
for sure, like
so
a good
I want to.
topic for a conspiracy theory episode.
Right.
Good one.
Thanks. I go again.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
I'm gonna go Bill Clinton.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I'm going Bill Clinton.
Nice.
All right.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
the inventor of the light bulb. Right?
Yeah. 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 He found electricity.
Was he a president?
Yes.
Yes, he
Are you
was.
sure?
He was the third president.
He was a
Oh.
youngin.
Oh, I was thinking of Ben Franklin earlier.
I'm gonna-
Ben
Yeah.
Franklin was not a president. I had to
Creator of
Google that.
bifocals.
I had to Google Ben Franklin as a president. He was not.
Oh
Was he the creator of the incandescent light bulb?
No, he was a founding father.
I know, dude. I know. I am gonna go with Dricky Dicky, Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon.
Watergate. What?
How
what a
is he the
time.
best fucking president?
Oh, dude.
Come
Dricky
on,
Dicky.
man.
Dricky Dicky.
All right. My third pick is going to be John Hancock.
Herbie Hancock.
Purely because he signed the Declaration of Independence bigger than anybody else.
All right.
And then my fourth pick, I'm going to go with Taft, President Taft. He was a big guy like me. He had to actually put a larger bathtub in the White House.
That's because he got stuck in the one that was in there.
Yes, he did. You're up, Joshua.
Mr. Dwight Eisenhower.
Ooh, good one.
Dwight D.
Dwight D. The double D.
This one probably, I don't know. This one might not make some people's top 5, but George W. Bush.
Is that senior or junior?
No, that's junior.
Junior.
I feel that he.
That was going to be my last one.
I feel he really, with 9/11 and stuff, he really brought us together.
I do too.
Yeah, I agree. I thought like he has a super iconic moment where the two super iconic moments, obviously, of the 9/11 is when he found out when he was reading to the classroom, and then when he threw out that pitch.
Yep.
Yeah, that's super iconic.
And when he was on ground zero, with the workers.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm scrolling through here, guys, because I don't fucking know who I want to pick. I'm gonna go Barack Obama. I think that was huge for
Barack.
society at the moment. And then I go again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go John Adams, second president,
John Adams.
John Adams.
for no particular reason.
Not to be confused
honest.
with Sam Adams,
Yeah.
who invented the beer.
Good beer. Good beer.
I'm glad somebody caught it and chuckled after a while.
I don't think anybody fucking questioned if it was really he was talking Sam Adams or not.
I just laughed at he invented beer. He did not invent beer. Go ahead.
Yep, and I'm going to go with George Sr.
Keeping it with the Georges.
You can't take both Bushes.
My man likes Bush. What do you want?
Did you say Truman?
No.
No, nobody said Truman.
The Truman Show?
I'm going to say Harry
In case I
Truman.
don't catch you later.
Harry
Good afternoon,
Truman.
good evening, and good night.
Harry Truman.
Harry I'm Harry Carey. Harry S. Truman.
Harry Ass Truman.
Nice. I'm going to go with, for my last pick, James Earl Carter Jr.
Is that Jay-Z?
President Carter. He was a peanut farmer in Georgia.
Weren't they all peanut farmers back in the day?
No.
Oh.
He's super sick.
George Washington was,
How
wasn't
dare
he?
you
Oh,
say
no,
that.
that was George Washington Carver.
He had the wooden teeth.
Yeah.
Or was it Cotton Gin?
Yeah. James Carter.
All right.
Yeah. So that's our, that was probably the least exciting draft we've ever fucking done on the main street. We're just naming like, why do you like that guy? He's got a cool name.
Because he was next on the list.
He was a peanut farmer. Because I could vote for this one.
I'm just glad I got George Washington first.
Top 10
so.
speakers of the House.
Didn't Thomas Jefferson invent the light bulb?
That would have been Edison. Sorry.
Edison.
Fucking fuck off, Mike.
And then you said Ben Franklin.
He invented it. He, found
He wrote the
electricity.
fucking Declaration of Independence.
Who?
Ben Franklin.
Deck? He didn't write it. He was one of the he was one of the transcribers of it.
He helped write the Declaration of
Yeah,
Independence.
he was one of the signers.
He was a signer.
Yeah.
He helped write it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
Ben
he was,
Franklin.
He's one of them, yes. Not just him by himself.
No.
What's your name?
Yeah.
I'll spell it for you.
Ben.
All right, somebody call Kyle.
Oh,
Colin. He might pick up.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He'll tell you all about how Josh's presidential pick is compared to.
Hitler.
Yeah. Anyway. You're not my dad. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for the draft. Make sure you go check out our social medias. You can vote for
Like, share,
who you
subscribe.
think had the best list. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are super stoked. I know I am, and I'm pretty sure everyone else is. I feel like I'm way up here and you guys are down here.
I go from like 6
Is
to
it late
midnight
at
when we
night?
talk
Are you
about
guys
this.
too late? I'm super stoked to have some fucking fan interaction on January 18th
Jazz fingers.
at On Tap podcast event. Brought to
Yeah.
you by the Mainstream Podcast.
I'm pumped.
And
I am
River Ridge
pumped.
Brewery.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be fun.
Bang, skeet, nigga.
Whoa! And we are done.
Harder.
You guys got any final comments, complaints, anything else to say? Mike's going to get us kicked off the fucking internet. Hey, you got anything to say?
Are we editing that
Let's
out?
get that one off the board.
Dang it,
Yeah.
Bobby.
Clip that.
Dang it, Bobby. Yeah. So, yeah, Magic Mike, regular Mike, just Josh Richter, and I'm Ryan with a hard R. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Mainstream Podcast. Good night.
Good night.
It's where you want to be. We'll discuss the latest trends and the news of the day, and we'll tackle the tough topics in our own special way. So if you're looking for a place to escape and unwind, welcome to the Mainstream, we're one of a kind.